Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Tesla weekly video for today. I hope you're all having a wonderful weekend so far. So, apologies for the thumbnail, title, you name it, but it's going to be a pretty important one. I'll explain throughout this video. I'll also talk a bit more about my personal sentiment around Tesla right now in the Sunday episode when we go over the portfolio's performance during the week. Now, as always, we're going to start here with the China weekly insured numbers. They came in at 6,000. Now, the quarter is already down 25.7%, and it's also down 59.5% compared to the same quarter last year. Year to date, we're down 9.3% year over year. With regards to the model mix, we had 4,603 Model Ys and 1,548 Model 3s. If someone of my viewers is somehow in China, please explain to me why there is such a lack of demand for the refreshed Model 3. Every time I see that car, I want to buy it. So I don't understand. Is it because of the pricing? Is it because they prefer the Model Y? Because it's also not that expensive in China. The price difference is not that big, so they rather go with the Model Y. Someone can comment on that below, would be greatly appreciated. Then quickly moving into the main topic of this video, I first want to start with this post by Holmars on X responding to Scott, why hasn't Tesla integrated Uber into its entertainment system for ride-hailing drivers? To which Holmars says here, it would be amazing if they did. Entering the address is the only step left to do when given rides on FSD. Uber is already able to see the battery status of my Tesla to send out rides that are within range. They should start using the API to send addresses to. To which Andrew McDonald, which is the SVP of Mobility and Business at Uber, he responded with working on it. Which of course, if we start thinking about a robotaxi network, it becomes, pretty obvious. Now, one very, very good thing that has happened in Germany with regards to Tesla is something that I really don't understand why they don't do this globally, or at least in their biggest markets, right? So in Germany, Tesla will offer now 0 interest rates for the Model Ys here. For the Model Y long range, 4-wheel drive, and performance, the orders until June 30, 2024, or until inventory runs out, which is quite funny. The Model Y rear-wheel drive is eligible for a 1.99% interest rate. This, in my opinion, is just way better than reducing the price of the cars. Hopefully they see some positive traction, or at least try it maybe in the United States or so, because I do still think that, Tesla financing, or at least 0% financing, is the way to go, and they should try it out. It will definitely, in my opinion, increase demand. Now, before continuing and talking about the main aspect of this video, if you enjoyed this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, we really appreciate that. Well on our way to reach 40,000 subscribers, so thank you very much for all the support. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get a top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. So, Model 2 or compact car, 25,000 Tesla, you name it, the name is unknown, but we're all naming it however we want. Is it cancelled? Is it not cancelled? Is Tesla now fully focused on robotaxi? Yes or no? If you've been listening to my rambling the last couple of weeks, or if you've been following my post on X, you know that for me, a Model 2 or a compact Tesla, a cheaper alternative to the Model 3 or Model Y, for me personally, it's a must. A must. Remember, when we heard about the goal by 2030, we should be able to produce 20 million cars, right? 20 million Teslas. Everybody was like cheering, yeah, come on, great goal. Tesla is going to be the biggest automaker in the planet, blah, 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 right? Now, suddenly some Tesla bulls are like, actually, who needs 20 million if we have robotaxis? What? Is that how quickly we change our thesis and sentiment just because it is way, let's say, shinier, sexier to think about a robotaxi and not to think about actually producing a EV for the mass market that will accelerate the transition to a more sustainable world? Or did we forget about that? Anyways, Walmart here again tweeted out, Elon is betting the company on autonomy. Has he lost his mind? this is in quotation, what do you expect from a guy who bet his car company on electrification in 2003? To which Elon responded, not quite betting the company, but going balls to the wall for autonomy is a blindingly obvious move. Everything else is like variations on a horse carriage. To which I answered here, I'd still like the option of a steering wheel in my future Model 2. Now I'll put it in a very simple sentence before explaining a bit more. This is like canceling Falcon Heavy just because you're working on Starship. To me, it just doesn't make any sense. Again, we have no confirmation, right, that the compact car is cancelled. We only have rumors, reports, and zero clarification from the Tesla team. Of course, with earnings coming up, I think they're not really allowed to say that much, even though in recent weeks they've been saying way too much on X, in my opinion. But okay, we'll get maybe more answers next week. But in my opinion, canceling an affordable and compact Tesla is going to be a huge, huge mistake and definitely a thesis changer. I'm not the only one saying this. People with a lot more money than me are saying this as well. Now, circling back, I'm not saying robotaxi is an L, no. But in my opinion, not focusing on what's coming in the near term, because again, robotaxis, right, a robotaxi network, autonomous vehicles, is not going to be a worldwide thing, in my opinion, until at least the end of this decade. That's just my opinion. Maybe in the United States, maybe in certain states at first it will start, but that's also something that will take a while. So in my opinion, shelving the idea of making a compact car that is cheaper, that is going to be affordable for the masses, to me, that's a must. A must. And again, the simple question here is, can you tell me that an autonomous car will be able to drive in the streets of Rome or maybe in India? I don't know if you've been to those places, but there is no way in hell that the cars today or even in the next coming years will be able to navigate in those places. And of course, it's also the opinion of David Barron, a portfolio manager at Barron Capital, and of course, the son of Ron Barron. He said the Model 2 is a crucial piece of our thesis. If they stop that, that is an investment thesis changing. Barron, who oversees the $1.4 billion Barron Focus Growth Fund, said he will be very surprised if Tesla's Model 2 is taken off the table and said growth will accelerate with the new car. A little bit of outside pressure definitely does not hurt, especially not from an investor that we know is very aligned with Tesla's mission, plus Elon respects them quite a lot. And yes, I know the next generation platform is the next generation platform on which they will be able to build multiple models. I know that. But since we have some rumors circling around, some announcements here and there, and a heavy focus on robotaxi, you can understand why Wall Street is worried that yes, Elon has lost his mind and gone full on robotaxis and forgot completely about the Model 2, the car with a steering wheel, etc., etc. Because also there is the aspect of the human wanting to buy a car or human wanting to ride a car without a steering wheel. It's going to take some time until people feel comfortable, right, driving around with these things on the road, plus being inside those cars as well. A lot of people still want to own the car, a lot of people still want to drive the car, a lot of people still want to take their kids to school and not send their kids in a car without anybody watching. It's a pretty important aspect in my opinion. Again, we're going to get way more answers next week. Another point I want to touch on, and that's with regards to the shareholder meeting, the vote, a very important vote in my opinion. So first up, we've got here T. Rowe Price says 2018 Tesla pay aligned with investors' interest. Of course, because if Tesla never reached those highs, if Tesla never reached those milestones, Elon would have never got paid. Since Tesla reached those milestones, not only should Elon get paid, but we as investors have gained quite a lot from that as well. Because if you were a shareholder back then, I wasn't a shareholder in 2018, I was a shareholder in 2019. Since 2019, the stock has appreciated by quite a lot, and I'm very happy with that performance. So imagine you being in this place, right? You're working tons and tons of hours, sleeping at the factory, you name it. And suddenly someone comes in years later and said, you know what, you've worked a lot, we know, but we don't think that compensation package is fair. So yeah, we think we're going to cancel that. Just doesn't make any sense, right? Imagine you're voting for a president. President gets elected. 4 years later, a judge comes in and says, nah, actually, the election wasn't fair. The votes weren't fair. We canceled that. What's going to happen? The president never became president? It's such a weird situation that it just doesn't make any sense. Oh, and by the way, T. Rowe Price is the 10th largest investor in Tesla. Also, there was this report right here. Unfortunately, I do not have access to the full article, but apparently Elon Musk reportedly now oversees Tesla sales in North America, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Additionally, Elon has assumed oversight of people previously led by Drew Baglino. Overall, at least 35 people now report to Elon Musk. So I guess now he is fully focused on Tesla. One last thing with regards to the vote. If you are a shareholder right now, if you're a Tesla shareholder, and you are going to vote no on Elon's compensation package, you might as well just sell your shares, short the stock. Because if you're voting no, and let's say somehow everybody votes no, or the majority is no, Elon will probably step down as CEO, stock price will crash, we all lose a lot of money. So as a shareholder, why even own the stock if you're going to vote for something that will probably crash the stock quite heavily? Ask yourself this question. Ask yourself the next question as well. Who better to lead Tesla than Elon Musk right now? Name someone. Write in the comments a couple of names. Who is a better CEO for Tesla right now and in the next coming years if it's not Elon Musk? And by the way, this is even the weirdest thing, because we're voting on something that already happened. We're voting on something that happened a couple of years ago. So you're also basically lying and saying, oh, actually the performance was very good, but now actually no, we don't want Elon Musk to be paid what he's owed. Which again, in my opinion, is just hypocritical. To me, it's not fair, it doesn't make any sense. But then again, I can't choose for you, but please do go vote. If I do have some power here, I'd say yes, vote yes on the compensation package. Otherwise, why even invest in Tesla? Last thing is the graph. We're now under $150, which right now means we're on that red line, which I drew quite a long time ago, which is also where we had a little top for a couple of weeks here back in August of 2020 until November in 2020, and then we broke out of that and went all the way up to around $300 or so. Of course, back in late 2020, with the heavy pressure of selling to buy Twitter, we were pretty close to $100. Next week, if we get another red candle like this, we're going to be quite close to those lows back in late 2022, and we're probably going to be oversold on the weekly. On the daily, I think we only need one extra red day to be officially oversold. So to conclude, if you're planning to vote no for Elon to have his compensation package reinstated, sell. Sell Tesla stock. I really see no reason why you should own it. And all the rest, like myself, I'm voting yes. My family is going to vote yes as well, because it's just the right thing to do. Overall, me personally, I still have lots of questions that I hope I'm going to get answers next week. I already had those questions for quite a while. I think they need to make an affordable EV for the masses. You can also make that EV robotaxi proof for the future. I don't care. But please do not cancel an affordable EV. I get the next generation platform. I get the effect of autonomy. I get that. Not everybody is feeling comfortable when it comes to robotaxis, when it comes to ride sharing, you name it. Hopefully, for this time, they are going to think about the other side of the coin. Of course, do share your thoughts down in the comment section below. If you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.